Juice, you showed us how you are preparing for the SWAPX launch. You showed us some bullish partnership that the SWAPX team have already created. Can you show us, can you give me a potential estimate that we're looking for a return as a founder of the SWAPX platform? Let's go. With that being said, this boy, we got the juice. We back with another one of them. Yes, sir. All right, now let's get into it, man. I'm turned for this one. This one is gonna be a side one. It's gonna be short, sweet, hard to beat. So turn up your ears. Let's get into it. If you scroll down, these tokenomics, each section needs its own breakdown and its own video. I just want to get into the NFTs, the XNFTs. There's only 3,000 XNFTs. Listen to me. It ain't no Genesis. It ain't no Mint. It ain't no, as at the time of this recording, there ain't no Mint no more NFT. There's only 3,000 XNFTs. So with that being said, there's only 3,000 founders. Listen to me. Of this platform that's gonna generate revenue from these XNFTs. And I actually want to hit on this. Lady Mania, she been dropping some sauce lately. Give it up. Lady Mania been dropping some sauce. So I just want to let you know, my 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 theory is not all 3,000 NFTs are gonna receive revenue from the platform. Why do you say that, Juice? Why do you say that? Because Lady Mania dropped a bombshell. In order to receive revenue from the platform, from SWAPX platform that's been generated, you have to you will have to stake your X NFT in order to, and once you stake your NFT, the revenue will be converted over into the SWAPX token, and you'll receive the SWAPX token every epoch. So getting into the tokenomics, we're gonna kind of go over epoch. What is an epoch and everything? But an epoch is a weekly event. Roughly looking at the actual, looking at the tokenomics, it look like it's gonna be every Thursday. I could be wrong, but that's big though, because you got to realize that these NFTs can be sold up on the secondary market. They can be sold up on the marketplace, and when people do list their NFTs on the marketplace, guess what? It takes from the amount of people that is receiving SwapX. They're just receiving the fee. I mean the swap. Apologize, y'all. That country grammar go to kicking. That country grammar go to kicking. But you see what I'm saying? As people list their X NFT on the marketplace, they won't be receiving funds from the protocol. So that'll be lesser people in the pool, which is more rewards going out. So it's so many variables to actually calculate how much revenue each NFT would get. But what we'll do, we'll try our best. We'll try our best with the mathematical math that we know. Let's go. So getting into it, I just want to jump back over here 1 second. Lady Mania dropped a bombshell. So there's only two participants that will actually be receiving the SwapX token: the liquidity providers and the actual XNFT on stakers. So if you didn't catch my point earlier, if people have their NFTs on the marketplace, they wouldn't be earning revenue from the platform. So that's more revenue going to the actual stakers of the platform. So, And I like this. I like rewarding the actual liquidity providers that's going into the automatic staking pool. I mean, in the automatic pool, because it kind of worked with our partner over there at Itchy. Kind of utilize their technology with the V4 technology that we coming in the game with. That's a major blessing. But kind of get into the kind of get into. Ooh, I just want to hit on this one more point. I just seen this too. The outflow from the SWAPX revenue going to the XNFT stakers is nowhere near the inflow that's coming in from the voting system. The SWAPX token that's getting locked up that's getting locked up, taken away from the circulating supply, going to the voting system every week. Man, that's a mic drop for itself. So, getting back to what I was speaking about, let's try to calculate. Let's try to calculate the returns, the potential returns we could be looking at as a future founder, as an NFT holder or an NFT staker. Let's try to see what we can get, man. Let's go. So at the time of this recording, roughly 1.6 Ethereum is about what, 500, 530. So you're looking at 500, 530, about 550, $550 roughly on your to purchase one NFT. So if you kind of come down here, what are swap fees? Swap fees are basically swap fees are charged when an actual user exchange different cryptocurrency on the platform. So if they swap USDT for OKB, the platform still charge a fee that goes to the platform still charges a fee that goes back to the actual NFT stakers, the X NFT stakers. And what I do like about these NFTs, I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'm trying to make this video fast, but I do like this key word right here. Each NFT is entitled to equal shares of the swap fee revenue that is generated. That is big. The reason that is big because guess what? If they don't have that, kind of go back to my point. If you don't have your NFT stake, guess what? You're not gonna get this sweet benefit right here. You're not gonna get that SWAPX. You're not gonna get that swap fee revenue that's coming in from the platform. So I like that keyword right there, entitled. But let's kind of continue on with the video. Going over the math. So the first day to 90 days out, because 90 days, 3 months is 90 days. Let's calculate roughly on a high end, low end, middle end for the first 90 days. What are we looking like? And this is what I wanted I was hitting on. All swap fees generated will be converted into the SWAPX token. And I like that. Because if you look at the SWAPX token, let's kind of go up just a little bit. That's crazy. It's only 40 million at the time of at the generational event. It's only 40 million tokens coming out. 12 million is going for treasury. 2 million is getting locked up. That's 14 million tokens out of circulating supply. So you can look for out the gate 26 million circulating supply tokens circulating in the circulating supply. That's crazy. That's crazy low. But let's get back into this math. We're not even gonna calculate the airdrop. We're not gonna calculate the airdrop yet. Let's calculate the revenue you can actually look forward to. So if you come over here to DeFi Lama, what I like about DeFi Lama is it got It got all the data that you need. It got all the information that you need. So we can use previous dexes and kind of base a return off of their actual returns, if that makes sense. So this is an estimated number. So these wouldn't be it's so many variables that I couldn't even give you an accurate number if I tried. So let's kind of go into it. Looking at one of the biggest decks, you got SWAPX over. I mean, look at me, Swap. Look at me, SWAPX. But you got Uniswap as one of the biggest decks at the time of this recording, roughly generating one, roughly generating $2.95 million a day. That's crazy. So we're gonna use that as the highest projected earning. Um, okay, PancakeSwap. You got PancakeSwap that supports the Binance Smart Chain. They pushing roughly like $1.5 million in revenue a day every 24 hours. Let's come down. Let's see if we can find one more. Okay, here go another Dex. I'm looking for, trying to find Dexes that we can kind of compare it to. Balancer. So Balancer pushing roughly what 73,000 at the time of this recording of inflow. So now, how would you calculate that? So let's start. Let me clear that out. Let's actually start with the highest, lowest, then the medium, just to give you a range of what we could be looking for if we hit these actual thresholds. So you can see Uniswap up here as the largest. So we're gonna kind of go over here, go to the calculator. If you click on Uniswap, let's just look at their chart. If you click on Uniswap, you can see roughly they've been generating a constant. Look at that. 5, 2, 3, 4. God. Imagine being a founder and eating off of these fees that they collect. But you can see they roughly, as an average, we're just gonna say $1 million in fees per day for over years. That's crazy. But we're just gonna say $1 million in fees per day. So how you would calculate that earning if you was kind of going off of the SWAPX tokenomics? You'll do $1 million because that's the revenue that you generated for that 24 hours. So you do $1 million times. So it's two ways you could do it. And I'm finna show you that in a second. So you can, and this way I'm finna do it. The first way I'm finna calculate it is based on storing it until a epoch happen. Let's kind of go. My bad. I know I just got away from that math a little bit, but let's kind of let me try to find and see where epoch is. I know an epoch happened every week, but let me try to find it in the actual tokenomics so you can see for yourself. Well, I don't see it. I'm gonna kind of get back to this actual this math real fast. You can go do your own research on how the medium post in the description below. I'm not trying to make this video too long. I just want to show you the math on this. But okay, in the first 24 hours, $1 million has been generated. This is on the high end. You would times that by 7 because we get as NFT stakers, you will get paid out on the epoch. Epoch is every week. So at the time of this recording, it looked like it's gonna be every Thursday. So every Thursday is when you're it's basically like a payout or a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So in 1 week, and every week is 7 days, right? So basically, within a 7 day time span of building up that $1 million every 24 hours, you got a $7 million pot. So now you can times that by 20%, and it'll determine because that's the amount for the first to the 90 days. You'll be getting 20% of the actual swap fee revenue generated from the platform. So that'll be on the first epoch. That'll be $1.4 million given out to the SWAPX, the X NFT holders or the stakers. So divide that roughly about 3,000. We know 3,000 probably isn't gonna be staked into the pool, but we just gonna use that as a rough estimate. So on a high end, on a high man, look at them numbers, man. As a founder of this platform, if this platform can generate over $1 million in revenue per day for at least a week, for at least one epoch, you're looking at $466 per NFT. Now imagine if you had two NFTs. Kind of go back. Imagine if you had three NFTs. You know what I'm saying? And the number can stack on. But let's kind of get into pull that mouth back up. See. Boom. So run it back one more time, just on the higher end. Let's go over the month. So then you would times it by 20%, because 20% is getting paid out to the actual stakers of the platform. You have 1.4, then you divide that by the stakers, that how many NFTs are staked into that's going out. That'll give you 466. If you times that by 4, why would you times it by 4? Because in 1 month there's 4 epochs. Do you agree? Because every one epoch is every week. There's 4 weeks in a month, so there's 4 epochs in 1 month. Just from one, if we can maintain over $1 million revenue threshold, and you can see Uniswap, they blasting over $1 million. Like through these, like that's crazy. I know that was in a bull run, but that's crazy. That's crazy revenue. But one NFT for in a month time span would have generated you $1,866 on your, just in a month. That would have been crazy. But let's kind of get into some smaller numbers. Kind of look at a platform with a smaller equation. If we can get this load up. So Balancer. So Balancer is a DEX. I've actually heard of Balancer. But you can see that they're generating revenue. Start of 2020, 2021 December, they were generating roughly $27,000 in revenue. So as a founder of this platform, imagine collecting this revenue. We can say the highest was around 152,000. So we're just gonna say what the lowest was around 5,000. So we're gonna give them an average of 50. Nah, I won't say. We're gonna give them an average of 50,000. Imagine generating 50,000 coming into this platform, and we're generating $50,000 a day. I want to just drop a little gem in here. I don't want to make this video too long, but look at that UI. That UI is nice, man. That UI is nasty. But roughly, imagine if we can hit this 61K in 24-hour fees. Imagine if we can hit that. What would our payouts look like as a founder of the platform? So instead of 50, I'm gonna use 61,000. You would times that by 7, because like I told you, we get paid every epoch. It takes 7 days to make an epoch. But if you want to figure out how much that would be per day, you would basically go 20% of that and then divide it by the amount of stakers. But times 7, that'll be roughly $427,000 that's in the actual pool. About time that's in the actual pool for that week. And when that epoch come up, you have to times that amount by 20%. So times 20%. So $85,000, 400 is going out into the NFT stakers. So then you would divide that by 3,000, because 3,000 NFT is staked into the platform. That's roughly $28 a day. If you was, if we was to maintain a 61 $61,000 revenue every 24 hours, rough estimate. So basically, times that by 4. I know I said $28 a day, but that really will be a week because we're doing it by epochs. And if you times it by 4, that'll be $113. That'll be $113.86, for that month. But that's basically if you had one NFT. So times that amount by, just say if you had 5 NLTs or 9 NLTs. If you had 5 NLTs, that's roughly 500. That's roughly $569 a month on the low end. If we had like that low volume coming in through the platform, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna wrap it up right here, man. I know I hate the fact that I made this video too long, but I kind of wanted to get it out there to y'all, man. But it's just a little rough estimate. I'm gonna do some more breakdowns and come back with some more math, but I think I'm gonna leave it right there. This boy, we got the juice. We gone. Hey, y'all have a blessed day.